What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Graveyard Keeper. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we have for a little while and continue to check out this splendiferous game. I actually had a tutorial while you guys were away, so I slept in my bed to save my game real fast, and the ghost came back, and that's why I was never able to figure out how the graveyard system works, is because that tutorial was not in the early access. And so anyways, he popped back in, and as a reward for me digging up the guy and throwing him into the river, he gave me a tutorial on how dead bodies work. And so, like, red skulls are the sins that that person committed during their life. White skulls are the good deeds that they committed. And you gotta get them nice and even so that everything works out, essentially. And I actually never knew that. I had like 20 hours played in the early access, 40 hours played in there somewhere, and I never came to that conclusion. I just thought it was like rotten parts and good parts or something like that, which really, it kind of is if you want to reduce it down to, like, you know, your shovel is... No. No. Not my shovel. Shovel, why? Do I have a grindstone? Can I fix my shovel right now? Or is that something that is just woefully outside the realm of things that I can accomplish at the moment? I get the feeling that it's probably the latter. Do I have a grindstone? Oh, I do. They give you a grindstone for free. For some reason, I thought I had to build a grindstone. Yeah, go ahead and sharpen that thing on up. We got time to do it. It'll be all right. There we go. Perfect. And then if we go inside, we can actually go to this fire right here. We can go to both these spots, and we can actually make sandwiches and stuff. And so, like, with the meat that I got off the dead body right there. Oh, good. He brought a dead body. Fantastic. I can make baked meat out of that, and we can just eat the sliced meat or whatever. I don't know where I slice the meat at, though. There it is. I can slice it right here. Any way you slice it, pie. So, yeah, we made sliced meat. So, we have now successfully disguised the fact that we are an evil dude, and we are up to no... We took that meat and we laundered it. We've got a meat laundering firm. And so what you really want to do with these dead bodies is, like, you want to look at them on the autopsy table and figure out how good they are. And if the body just all around sucks and it's no good for anybody, that's the point at which you probably want to just, like, throw it in the river. Like, this guy would be a throw it in the river candidate. So I'm going to take him. What you want it to have is, like, 5 or 6 skulls that are all white. And if you can do that, that's a really, really good thing for you. So I'm going to take this guy. I'm just going to throw him in the river. He's unimportant. I do need the money, so that's one problem that we're going to run into, is that if we're throwing bodies in the river because we're trying to optimize how good our graveyard is, we're not going to make a lot of money. We're going to be kind of broke a lot of the time, and there are some things that you just need money for in this game. Yeah, throw that in the river real fast. We'll worry about him a little bit later. I personally tend to throw a lot of my bodies in the river because I only want the peak high-quality bodies inside my graveyard. If you got a crappy body, I don't want you in my graveyard. You don't get the luxury of having your final rest inside of my bounded off place of dead people. That's not something that you get to acquire. But if you're a high quality body, you are super welcome to be here. It is apparently Snake's Day right now. I'm going to keep on sleeping. I don't want to sleep through this day. Like, I would love to not sleep through the entire day if I could help it. But, like, it sucks because, like, I'm so refreshed. Good. It's much nicer without him at the graveyard. Oh, he's going to show you the tutorial. Never mind. I'm still so sad, though. I'm so lonely. I was bad when I was alive, and I should have been a better person. What do you mean? We're dead, but we still deserve respect. Fine, I'll tell you. Each corpse is a soul's vessel. It bears the mark of his life. Sins are red skulls, and good deeds are white skulls. Even the best decorations can't make a graveyard a peaceful place when it's full of red skulls. I'm not sure that I understand what you're talking about. I'm sure you don't. Anyways, take good care of the graveyard and we'll be watching you. I can't do anything. I'm so sad. Boo. So yeah, here it is. So you've got rotten parts of the green skulls. And then essentially what you've got to do is it's a combination between your grave and the amount of white skulls you have. So if you've got a bunch of white skulls in the left-hand column, every single time you add an adornment, it gives you one of these wreaths right here. And if there's a wreath and a white skull inside the column, you get a +1 to prestige. However, if there's a red skull, it cancels out the wreath, and you're going to need an extra wreath before you can get to the other skulls. That's why you want somebody that has like 5 white skulls, is because that means you can just put a ton of upgrades on his grave, and it'll work out perfectly fine, and there'll be nothing to worry about. So that's kind of what we're working towards right now. I'm going to make some sliced meat over here. Let's do it. Sliced meat. We're going to slice it. It's some nice meat. You're going to like it. So we'll throw that in there. And now that we've got that covered, we'll cook. Yeah, give me some fuel from some sticks right there. Let's do it. And now that we got fuel from sticks, I can make baked meat out of these. It's a little bit expensive, but it does give us kind of an easy energy regeneration method that we don't have to worry about later on. We need a technology for that, so we can only do like little trees right now is what you're saying. All right, I'll keep working on little trees then. I'm going to try and clear out this general area so that we have some extra stuff around. I'll dig that stump up too. Let's go ahead and throw this on the sawhorse. And we kind of want to start thinking about what upgrades we can build. So if we take a look over here on the blueprint desk, we can make a furnace, we can make a timber stockpile, we can make a trunk, we can make a stone stockpile, but we can't really do a whole lot with the stuff that I want to do right now. I do need this bush to go away right here. This bush is in a very disadvantageous spot when it comes to me placing my random buildings and whatnot. So let's go ahead and wipe this stuff out so we've got a nice clean slate to work with over here. Perfect. We'll get everything all nice and renovated. I will fix the graveyard at some point, but for right now, we're kind of just going to watch bodies and wait and see what happens. Do I have any of the technologies that I need in order to move along down the line so I can make simple gravestones? It's probably a good thing to take early on. With nature, we've got transplanting, so I can put in apple trees. I can get beekeeping. For smithing, I can make the wooden anvil. I can make glass, or I can go with advanced forging. For carpentry, I can do sawing, which is very, very important. So we're going to get sawing first. Now that we have sawing, I can go over here and we can make a sawhorse right there. And so I will put the sawhorse right there. And now that the sawhorse has been built, it's almost nighttime. So we'll go ahead and get this mashed out real quick. This will allow us to make flitch so that we can make some of the other standing buildings as well, and we can start upgrading things. So for one log, we can make 6 flitch. I'm going to say to go ahead and do that because I'm pretty sure for making flitch, we get a ton of green and red points. I think. I don't know that for certain, but I'm pretty sure we get a bunch. Oh, we only get 1. I thought I got way more than that, but I guess I'm just horribly wrong. I'm going to leave that body down here for just a second. Our donkey has come by and dropped off a dead guy. I'm going to try and keep a little bit of baked meat going so that I can have a little bit of an energy restoration source if I need it. I'll decide if this body turns out to be really high quality, I'll bury him. But if he turns out to be like a doo-doo body, then I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Let's go ahead and pull him inside, and we'll see if he was a good person or a bad person. Show me the weight of your crimes, amigo. Show me the weight of your crimes. So if I take that off of him, he's now got 3 white, which means we can get 3 prestige out of this guy if we bury him. Probably a good plan. Let's eat some dead guy. Perfect. And then I will take this body and we'll throw him in that. We've already got a grave dug, so it's nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy. We actually don't have to worry about that too much. I wanted to get to bed a little bit earlier tonight, but then again, that is the great struggle, isn't it? I always tell myself I'm going to get to bed on time, and then I never do. Let's go ahead and get this. I tell myself all the time I'm going to go to bed like 30 minutes early, and then I never do. I'm always like, I'm going to go to bed a little bit early tonight, and then the next thing I know, it's 5 in the morning, and I'm still working, or I'm still playing a game or something, and then I wake up the next day just feeling like doo-doo trash. I just feel awful. And so I probably need to get that under control. Oh, we're going to sleep through this entire day. This is going to suck. Let's go ahead and load this up real quick. I don't have enough sticks. Never mind. Never mind. I guess I'll just take my baked meat and we'll hope for the best. See, this is actually a real-life simulation of my life. I go to bed when it's just barely light outside, and then I wake up like halfway through the day wondering what happened to my life and why I didn't accomplish anything today. It happens over and over and over again, Nerd Castle. Over and over and over again. So we have flitch now. Now that we have flitch, if I had 20 stone, I could make a furnace. Yeah, let's make a furnace. Let's get that moving. So I got to track down some rocks for right now. So let's see if we can get this thing a-rocking. We're going to rock down to the Quarry Avenue. And then we'll get it higher. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You don't need a technology to hit these stones right here. You're perfectly well and good. Stop being all panicky. There we go. Perfect. I only got 1 stone from that. After all that effort, I got 1 stone. Well, color me disappointed. Perfect. I think there's slimes up that way too, just in case we wanted to murder some slimes. And maybe make some green slime jelly. I'm pretty sure that restores, like, energy or something. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure that it does. There you go. Continue doing your thing, man. Ooh, that one gave me 3. Nice. I like 3 stone. Is my inventory full? Pick up that stone right there. God. Worst graveyard keeper ever. The other thing we're going to need all this stone for is we're going to need it for making headstones later on. And the headstones give you like +2 to prestige. The downside is that they wear down over time, and when they wear down, they start detracting from your prestige. And so it can be a problem. But we're going to get this place all nice and decorated up. It's going to be looking good. I promise. It's not going to be like nasty over here. The Inquisitor. I saw him. He's right nearby going up the path to Witch Hill. Oh, sorry. He's going to kill me or even worse. Calm down. I'll go distract him. Maybe I'll find something on the hill that'll help me get me home. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta take advantage of this situation. Let's go over here. And I'm pretty sure you used to be able to sprint, but I think they took it out of the game. Either that or I don't have enough energy to do it. It's one or the other. I honestly couldn't tell you. Let's go ahead and we'll go up this hill right here. I think the Inquisitor, yeah, he's over on this spot. Everything is ready, Monsignor. Good. Were there any problems? No, Monsignor, except there was a strange fellow snooping around. There he is, halt! Guys, calm down. I live here at the graveyard. He calls us guys. He's a cultist for certain, Monsignor. I know the bishop. You know, the bishop is a good friend of mine. He appointed me as the keeper of the local graveyard. Interesting, but I can believe you're a friend of his, though it's not a terribly impressive feat. Just pay him a compliment and he's your friend. But appointing someone to the graveyard is certainly outside his area of responsibility. I'll have to visit him and remind him again of the limits of his authority. Would you join me at the witch burning ceremony? Okay, it'd be my honor. So how did you find yourself in such an interesting position? You know, I've always wanted to be a graveyard keeper ever since I was a kid. I strongly suggest you avoid bothering people with silly stories. Here I am, the Great Inquisitor. I protect the one true faith in humankind itself. We're having a tough time in the town. The ship of the dead is already overloaded, and there's a new one stuck in the shipyard. Your graveyard is opening again at a suspiciously auspicious time. The dark cult is rising, and I can feel it. Righteous anger rises within my soul. We haven't revealed a witch for a long time, and now we're lighting up the second one this year. And it's only the beginning. Burn the witch! Burn! Light the fire! Yes, Monsignor. Long live the Great Inquisitor. So, you work with a lot of dead bodies, huh? Yes, I think it's part of my job. And you live right beside the hill near the graveyard, correct? Yes. Interesting. You know, I need someone to be my friend here in the village. A friend of mine is a friend of the Holy Inquisition. Villagers, they're different from us town citizens. You can't trust them. But you're new here. You might notice something unusual. Okay. It'll be a pleasure to be your friend. A wise choice. Friendship is based on trust and goodwill. To earn my trust and be a friend of the Inquisition, you will first have to show your goodwill. So I have a couple of minor tasks for you. Everything in due time. Today is the day of wrath, not a day of sweating the minor details. You can talk next day of wrath or any other day of wrath. Come here. There's no place where I can feel my holy wrath so deeply. Apparently, he's just over here watching somebody burn. When it was in early access, I suggested that the person on the pyre should like writhe and contort and scream the entire time you're having the conversation. It would be a lot more eerie because this guy's having just like a nondescript conversation with a friend in front of somebody that's burning to death. Kind of lets you know that he's like not a nice dude, you know what I mean? Like he's already burning somebody to death and he's already kind of given that impression. But at the same time, that would really solidify him as maybe not being such a nice dude. Did I get a burial certificate for that last guy? I was going to say, I hope I got one. If I didn't get a burial certificate for that last guy, I'm going to feel a little bit salty about it. I did my job for once, and I expect to be paid for it. This guy's kind of trashed here, and I don't have the energy anyways, so we'll just throw him in the river and go to bed. That's pretty much how I deal with most of my problems in life. Throw it in the river and go to bed. You got to throw it out in the creek and go to bed. Let's go ahead and drop this off on this side, and then we're actually going to get to bed early today. Yay. It's a miracle. I don't need to get paid right now. They drop off like 5 bodies a day. It seems to me as though there is no legitimate cooldown on how frequently the bodies come. And so some days you have like 4 bodies, some days you have like none. You can use up your entire day burying bodies if you really want to. Or if you really want to endeavor to like do that, but like, you know, I don't really care. I'm out of energy right now and I'm trying to go to bed. Perfect. Another beautiful sleep. And it's almost the astrologer's day. So maybe I'll go see him, although I haven't really decided. I don't know. We need more energy, or at least at the bare minimum, more food. Let's go ahead and dive on back outside. And with the stone that I have, do I have enough to make myself a furnace right now? I need 3 more metal parts. I think I have to buy those if I can't craft them. Pretty sure I have to buy those from the blacksmith up until I can afford them. Let's go ahead and I'm going to store some of my soft spares over here inside the graveyard. Just inside the chest over here. Tends to be where I like to put all of my body parts. Except for meat, because we cook that up and we slice it so that we can end up with our dinners. Because I'm not about trying to eat out right now. It's too expensive. Costs me too much moolah. And we'll go ahead and throw that in there. I've already got the meat. We'll throw some flowers in there. We've got an edible mushroom. It hurts us, but it gives us... I'll throw that in there, too. We'll keep, like, all of our alchemical stuff in here. How's that sound? And so we do have a stone repair kit over here. I could spend some time fixing some of these graves, but these graves, you're going to want to dig up and replace all these graves. You see how they're negative, even though they're already adorned? You kind of want to... If you go through and you get rid of all these graves, your graveyard will be much better off. Like, these graves always have inferior bodies on them when you start out the game, and that's not something that the game makes super apparent. So I would recommend you save up your money and you get exhumation permits, and you exhume all of these, and then you start the graveyard over from scratch so that only perfect bodies are going in the grave. That's what I prefer to do anyways. It'll make your life easier in the long run. Because you are going to have to dig up all these crappy graves over here. It's just a matter of when you feel like doing it. Like, you can wait and you can do it later once you run out of space, but I find it's easier to just do it at the beginning of the game than doing it later. I actually don't have a whole lot of things to work on right now. How can I chop down bigger trees? Where's my... So that's my building. We've got farming and infrastructure over here so I can become a master gatherer. We can do transplanting. I guess I can do that. We've got 15 more points right there. Over on this side, we've got green jelly. I can take hard spares. We are going to need flesh in order to make paper later on. But for now, I'm not so convinced. Let's do simple gravestones for the moment so that we can make headstones and wooden grave fences. And if we can get to the stone grave fence, that'd be a lot better in the gravestone 2s. But we're gonna need blue points, spiritual knowledge for that. And we're not gonna have that until we unlock the church, because the thing that allows you to research blue points is in the basement of the church. And so, kind of at a stopgap right now, kind of at an impasse. I've got to bring a skull to the astrologer, I think, before he'll want to hang out with me. So we really shouldn't mess around with him just this second. I'm trying to think what plans I have in front of me. So for building, we can do primitive forging if we can make a wooden anvil. We need 10 red points for that. So I think we got to chop trees if we want to get that done. Oh, we get red points from sticks too. And I need those for fuel so that I can make baked meat. So we'll go ahead and work on this for a minute. Perfect. And as soon as I get my XP up, I think I will be living in Happy Land. And there were some berry bushes over here that I could pick through too. Just in the off chance that we need a little bit of extra energy at the end of today. I'll probably save it. It doesn't seem like that big of a task. But these right here tend to give very, very easy points, so I'll grab those too. And now that I have a space for a berry bush, what is this? The garden property and forfeiture for commercial use, contact Herodric. That's right, I got to go back over there, and I got to get the bill of sale from Herodric so that I actually own the field right there and I can grow crops on it. And I think that's where we can put down berry bushes and stuff like that. I usually do like a grain field down there so that I can start making flour, and then from there you can bake bread, and once you've got bread, you can make sandwiches. It's kind of energy intensive, but you do come out net positive on that one. And then I think I just ended up with enough energy for us to get primitive forging. So there it is. We got primitive forging, so I can make a wooden anvil now. I don't remember if the wooden anvil just deploys or if we actually have to do construction on it. Wooden anvil takes 2 wood billets, and I cut those over there. I'm going to sleep for the night real fast, and then we'll work on the wooden billets. Off we go to Slumberland. Oh, good, he dropped off a body. Well, that one inevitably is going to rot while sitting out in front of my house. So I'm going to have to throw that one in the river regardless of what we do with it. I will take the meat off of it first, though, so that we can use the meat a little bit later. I'll go look. If it's, like, below 95%, then at that point, probably not worth doing anything with. But, it's at 93. Let me take it in. It might be an exceptionally good body. You never know until you look at it. Yeah, it's a 3-skull body. I'm going to rip the meat off of it real fast. Just so I have something else to slice and dice. And then this dude is 100% going in the river. Now that that guy's been fully dealt with, I think we should come back over here and let's make those billets so that we can actually make the anvil and get things moving. So I need some billets right now. We'll go ahead and saw that on up. It's billet time! So there's all the billets that we need in order to keep on trucking. And then for the wooden anvil, I need more parts. I need more metal parts. Unfortunately, you got to spend money to make money in this game. So I think I'm going to have to go to the blacksmith's house today. And we're going to have to buy ourselves... We're going to have to buy ourselves some materials. I need a technology for that tree. It's so odd how some of the trees are just like free game. And then other trees are like, no, 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 it's thinner than the other tree, but you're not allowed to chop it. You got to have a technology. It's just odd to me. Yeah, it looks like they got rid of the sprint option. You used to be able to sprint in this game and your energy would go down. It was pretty costly, though, in terms of energy. So unless you had a lot of food, probably wouldn't recommend it. I think I have honey harvesting, too. I think there's like a bee... I think there was a beehive up in here in early access or something like that. I'm pretty sure there was. Yeah, I'll take 2 energy for 6 energy. For sure. I'm all about that foraging hunter-gatherer life. Keep that energy nice and high. Those regrow infrequently. I don't know exactly when they regrow, but if you're low on energy, it is an option to go around and just berry harvest for a little while. It'll get you some green XP, although in my experience, I always have more green XP than I need. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that beehive from right there. I'm pretty sure the honey's worth a lot of money. Perfect. Oh, we got stung by bees. What a magnificent day to be alive. For our inventory, does the honey, can I just directly eat that? Yeah, I can, actually. Not bad. 30 energy from 1 harvest. I'll probably try to keep that in my back pocket just in case I need it later. I don't want to spend too much money right now. I've got no money left, so I need to go in here and I need to sell off one of my burial certificates to this dude. Here, have a beer on the house. Oh, nice. Cool. So we helped out Cresvold, and he gave us a free beer. That'll help out because I'll take that to the Skeletor, and then we'll be all right. We'll go ahead and grab the $1.50 right there very rapidly. And then I don't know how much metal parts cost, but they probably cost a lot. You're going to be broke a lot in this game until you get further on in. Like, you're going to be like in a perpetual state of having no money until at least like the second half of the game, in my opinion. You need to stop that right now. I want these berries right here. Is my inventory full? Oh, it is. Bummer. Destroy the flowers. The berries are more important. Perfect. Absolutely great. And then we'll go talk to the blacksmith real fast. And I don't remember how many metal parts I needed, so I'll probably just max out. I need metal parts. Those cost 60. Ugh, they're so much more expensive than I thought. So much more expensive than I thought. Weak. Okay, well, we've got a couple more metal parts now. I got 5. I'm going to have to start burying some of these bodies. I don't have a choice. But we'll suck the blood out of some of them. And I got to start doing my job. If I don't start doing my job, we're going to be in a perpetual state of not having things. And I'm not a fan of not having things. I'm a fan of, like, having, owning, keeping, accumulating. Those are all verbs that I can get down with. Weirdly enough, no, now that I'm in the market to actually, like, bury some dead bodies, we don't have any bodies showing up. Body, 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 body. Our church great. That's what the sermon does in this game. When you give the sermon, they go, body, 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 body. And then everybody in the church goes, our church great, at the same time. It's pretty hilarious. Oh, really? We could put in a flower bed. Huh. I don't know where I get peat from, but that's new. That's absolutely a new feature. Okay. Yeah, just put in the graves. We'll future-proof for right now. I gotta spend some energy anyways, so we'll spend a little bit of time digging some graves, getting things ready to go. So if you don't know where the bodies are coming from, they're coming from the dead ships. So apparently there's like a war in like a faraway land. And there's like lots of people dying of plague and stuff like that and famine and all that kind of good stuff. And so the ships come back with dead people because apparently you can't bury them over there for some reason. And so there's a ship in the harbor of the city right now that's just full of dead people. Just non-stop dead people. My shovel's broken again and it makes me upset. There we go. All better. I knew we could fix it up. I'll probably throw our food in here, the stuff that I'm not using for the moment. Just keep a nice little stockpile up inside of our house in case I end up needing it. And then we've got the grave repair kits right there. I could repair the other stuff, but I'd rather keep them for later when I repair my own graves that I've put in that have, like, maximum value instead of these doo-doo graves over here that are still going to be negative even if they're perfect. So, you know, we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. This is Graveyard Keeper. I hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I like this game a lot. Like the video. It helps out more than you know. It helps me get in search traffic and stuff like that. Makes the channel grow a little bit more rapidly. I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. If you want to get the game for yourself, I got that for you down below in the description. Hi, do, and take care.